Well, what I do when I approach the song, obviously, I try and get as fat as I can, if that
Sure.
makes sense. Start my mix, so I don't just like approach and get my drums all together. What I do is I listen to the kick,
Okay.
for example, and when I do that, I kind of now obviously. Let me go into this part. You got the kick, right? Everything sounds okay, but I never accept what's given. So I try and make it bigger if I can, or
Sure.
or whatever. And I've got certain frequencies that I like, certain frequencies that I don't like. And my old mentor who taught me in a certain way, 400, I always never liked on drums. And that 400 is a little bit on the trashy sound, nasally sound or whatever. So what I'll do is I'll just hit play the kick, and I'll show you what I mean with the EQ. So I start that way and try and get the kick bigger, because if I get the kick bigger, then I have to get the snare bigger, and
Sure.
so on and so on. So this is the kick. So what I'm going to do now is, I guess I don't want to talk in between playing,
Sure.
but I just have on the kick, like I take about 4, 6, sometimes even 9 dB out at 400 hertz.
Okay.
So when I do that, it kind of makes it rounder. You make kind of a hole. It's almost like shaping it, and you know, to fit other things where you shape that kick. So what I'm going to do is, and I've got right now -6 at 100, at 400, and then I'll add 2, 4, maybe nothing, depending on what it is, at 50 hertz, just to get more
Get a
bottom.
little bit more of that rumble bottom.
Right, and then because the APIs, the 558s, which I love using on the drums because they're punchy, it's only a 3-band. I use the 5K to give it a little more click to the thing. So this is the before the EQ. This is with the EQ. Without. So you hear that. That's the, I don't know if I can play while I'm, but that 4K is what I kind of take out.
4K or 400?
I'm sorry, 400.
Sure.
400.
Sure.
A lot of coffee and it's Sunday. My brain is on.
No worries. No worries.
Should be this way. But yeah, the 400. So, well, you know, even though this sounds stupid, but I try and get a kick sound even by itself, because I guess after all these years, I know what I'm looking for, but I don't know what I need to do to get it.
Sure.
Because when I start putting my samples in, depending on the different levels, then I EQ it to where I think, you know, it should be. So what I did there, I added 4 dB at 50 to give it some fatness, and took out 6 dB at 400.
Okay.
But then I could, you know, because the APIs, they're so good. 2 dBs makes a big difference.
Sure.
And sometimes I even slave over, you know, -6, -4, -2, that kind of a thing. So it's like when I take the 400 out, I get more of, like, you know, big fat, almost like a 24-inch kick
It
drum.
kind of, to me, it sounds like in my head, the archetypal kick drum, you know, without
Right.
that 400 hertz, it feels nice and round and
Right.
full, powerful, punchy, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of start, and that's what I go for.